Okay, let's try this again. We're trying to count up the number of new ties, kept ties, lost ties, and so on. But we want to do it, we want a separate count for depending on which group the nodes belong to. So the first thing I am going to do is to create an appropriate data set. And I can do that by going to transform, dichotomize, and I'm going to put in cap 92 because that's got two time periods. And let's see, less than or greater than 3, the usual. And I guess I can leave that name. So I say OK. And then I've got two binary matrices, time week 2 and week 3. So time 1 and time 2. And I'm going to unpack them. So I could go over to CLI and say unpack 92 less than or equal to 3. And there I have two separate matrices. Okay, now the suggestion was to recode these matrices. So let's take T1 to be recode T2 so that the ones become minus ones. And T2 equals recode week 3 so that ones become twos. And then summing these up, we're going to get add T1 and T2. Now we'll display summed. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to split this into 4 different matrices, one for each value, so that zeros will have a matrix, the twos will have a matrix, minus ones will have a matrix. You can do this out in the main menu. Go to transform, graph theoretic, multigraph. Let's put it as the data set summed and include zeros as a value relationship, yes. And the output's going to be called multigraph. Well, that's fine. We'll leave that. So there's a matrix for all the minus 1 ties, all the 0 ties, had no change, the 1s, and the 2s, the new ties. So now we're going to run this through the group density by groups. So we'll go to network, cohesion, density by groups. And we'll put in multiplex. And the data set containing the row partition, in this case, it's going to be cat ATTR, it's going to be by gender. And I want to do that only for the columns. I want to keep the rows as individuals. So I press the identity button here. And then I run this. Oops, I put in the wrong name. How do I get back? Why doesn't it move? Maybe I have to go back to UCINet. Okay. Why is it stuck? Oh, I know why. I have to do something different when Camtasia is running. Right. So back to network, cohesion, density by groups. And here, it is not multiplex that I wanted. It was multigraph. TTR, except I want to change this one to identity. And the columns are going to be broken up by gender. Now I run this. It says, okay, we've got two genders. And here we have, for the relation -1, these are what the lost ties. Is that right? Let's check the email here. Yeah, so those are the drop ties. And you can see that Holly has one from group 1 and one from group 2. Gracie's got 2 from group 1 and none from group 2, and so on. And here it actually summarizes it for you, the number of ties from group 1 and group 2. So these are all lost ties. And you can see which person is dropping them from where. And then we start with the next relation. So these are the ones that were never tied. And we can see that that's quite a full matrix. It sums it up again. So for the first person, Holly, there were 8 ties with group 2 that were 8 people in group 2 that they were never connected to, and 4 in group 1 that they were never connected to, and so on. So let me know if this is what you were looking for.